The first comedian coming up, he is a legend at the Jersey Shore. He is arguably the best comedian in all of Tom's River. Give it up for Angelo Gingerelli.
How you guys doing tonight? Very high praise from Mark. I'm not the best kid in the area. I did grow up in Tom's River. I live in Long Branch now. I lived there until I had a kid. And they were like, we want this kid to both be literate and not addicted to opiates. We got you out of Ocean County. We moved to Long Branch. We probably should have went a little further north. But things are going okay for us. So you guys having fun tonight? Yeah! Cool. I got some weird time of year at the Jersey Shore. The holidays are over. Summer's still pretty far away, and then no man's land in the middle, right? But you gotta have fun on nights like this. You gotta go make the most of what's going on in our area. Who's got a birthday this month, in January? Any January birthdays? Somebody's lying. How about February birthdays? Now people are lying now. Statistically, there cannot be 50 people in the room. No, I'm not gonna pick on you. What do you do for your birthday? What are your plans?
Taking care of a cat.
That's a lot. Here's the deal. Everybody here, everybody has a room, we look a little older, probably my age about. When you're young, birthdays are great, right? Little kid birthdays are the best. Chuck E. Cheese's, ball pits, arcades. Little kid birthdays are fire, right? Birthdays in your 20s, also fire, right? Bar A, bar crawls, great birthdays in your 20s, right? My birthdays are not fun anymore. You know what I did for my last birthday? Jersey Mike's. By the way, after the room, you guys are in the same email club I am, and on your birthday, you're entitled to a free sub. I'm at a point in life now where my birthday fell on a Wednesday. By Sunday afternoon, I was already thinking about my free sub. I'm so high up in the email club at Jersey Mike's, on the first of the month, I get 2 subs for the price of 1. And the first of every month, I report to Jersey Mike's, and I get one number 7 Mike's Way. Lettuce, tomato, oil, vinegar, salt, the whole deal, right? I get the other one plain. You know why? Eat it tomorrow when it doesn't get soggy, right? The last time I did this, I went to Jersey Mike's right here on Main Street, and I explained to the kid what I wanted, and he's making it, and I go, hey man, do a lot of people come here and do this on the first of the month? And he looked at me and he said, not a lot of white males from 2-parent homes in the suburbs. I have a 7-year-old daughter now. Sometimes I take her to Jersey Mike's on the first of the month, and I quiz her on the math. I want her to get good at math, right? So I'm like, all right, if my sub is 8 points and your sub is 4 points, how many points do we get today in our short points card? She's like, at 7. She's very smart. She goes, 24 points. Nailed it. That's a rock star answer at 7 years old, right? Just crushes the math. And then she looks at me and goes, if a grown man that graduated college and works full-time plans 80% of his caloric intake on free subs at Jersey Mike's, how many mistakes did that grown man make? Yeah, killing it. As a group, we're fighting about science, right? Any conspiracy theorists out here? Probably smarter, right? I generally don't believe conspiracy. I don't think they exist. I got one I will ride or die with till the day I pass away. You ready? Yeah. Cuba does not exist. Let me explain this to everybody in the room, see if you're rocking me or not. In the 1950s, there's no mention of Cuba in American history from the 1950s. It just popped out of nowhere, right? And I believe in the 1950s, the government thought white working class men had it so good and they weren't scared of anything anymore once World War II was over. They were like, we gotta scare middle class dudes. Let's make up an island that is somehow closer to Miami than Orlando, but no one's ever been there. And tell them it's filled with the 2 things that scares middle class white guys the most. Hispanic people and communists. They started out in the 1950s. Can't go to Cuba, it's full of Hispanic communists. Then we're in the 60s, what are we all afraid of? Nuclear weapons. Where are the nuclear weapons? Cuba. A little too convenient maybe, right? 70s, every nationality gets a superhero, right? All American dudes get Captain America. Black dudes get Black Panther. Nazi wealthy people get Batman. Who do Cubans get? Scarface. And we all saw Scarface, right? There's nothing Cuban about that story. A guy comes to America, sells a ton of drugs, and dies with no friends or family and a mountain of cocaine. That's the most American story there is. That's not an immigrant story, sorry. In the 80s, we're all watching Miami Vice. We're scared of drug cartels. Where are these so-called drug cartels? Cuba. In the 90s, what are we all afraid of? Gangster rap. Some people think Tupac died. Some people think he faked his death and moved where? To Cuba. So my wife is Cuban. I think I'm being catfished, but just playing the long game. We got married 10 years ago this year. Give it up for 10 years of marriage. And the thing is, we got married in Red Bank, and it was a great weekend. We had friends, family, college friends, second, third cousins, everybody came out, right? And it was a great weekend, and people kept giving toast and saying prayers, and best man, maid of honor speeches, and they all sounded kind of the same. They all hinged on basically, God brought these two together. God's going to smile down on their family. God brought these two together. And I remember sitting there the whole wedding thinking, we met in Seaside Heights. Pretty sure God sat that one out. And now 10 years later, I'm blessed with a half Cuban, half Italian daughter. And she knows right now from second grade, when she grows up, if she's speaking to a police officer, she's Italian. If she's speaking to a college admissions officer, she's Cuban. All right, real quick for the room. We're in a movie theater. This is my favorite movie theater in New Jersey, easily. What's your favorite movie, sir?
Pulp Fiction.
Good choice. That's a banger of a movie. What's your favorite movie? The Peter Pan movie?
Yeah.
Cool, okay. Favorite movie, man?
Mine?
Yeah.
Grease.
Good one. All fun movies, right? I did a show here last September. I did that to the room. The first guy I picked said, Schindler's List.
Nice.
We're at a comedy show and you don't look like Kanye West. Calm down. All right, so listen, any Star Wars fans here? As a room, do we like Star Wars?
Yeah.
Hold your applause. I don't like it. I want to explain why. Let me explain it. I want to explain to a room full of Star Wars fans. This is not what I think of Star Wars. This is what Star Wars fans think of Star Wars. Stop me when I get something wrong. Their first movie came out 40 years ago, and it's kind of okay to set up the rest of the franchise, right? Second movie drops, Empire Strikes Back. It's a masterpiece. You can't argue it. It's one of the greatest movies ever made. Fair so far? Return of the Jedi comes out. It's good until the Ewoks show up, and then it's trash. Okay? 15 years go by, no Star Wars content whatsoever. Then the prequels come out. Universally hated by Star Wars fans. Nobody likes the prequels. Fair so far? Another 15 years go by, new trilogy comes out. If you like the first one, you hate the second one. If you like the second one, you hate the first one, and everybody hates the third one. So in 40 years, there is 1.5 good Star Wars movies. In the same 40 years, there are 2 great Weekend at Bernie's movies. I have a special relation to Star Wars. I'm going to leave you guys on this. I grew up a fan. I fell out of it. I didn't watch it for years and years and years. And about 10 years ago on a Friday, I got really sick. Just had the flu, just every kind of sickness you can imagine. But I got my job, and I couldn't go to the doctor because if I went to the doctor, he would send me to the hospital. And on Saturday morning, these very limited edition Air Jordans were coming out, and I had to have them. I did not want to be hospitalized and miss these sneakers coming out. You'd think I'd look back and I'd regret that decision? Not at all. The flu didn't kill me. I still enjoy those sneakers to today. I made the right choice. So I get to work, I wake up Saturday morning, I go to the mall, I get the sneakers, and then I go to urgent care. Who's been to urgent care in this room? Okay, everybody's done it, right? I don't know where we stand as a room on universal health care. I'm not going to get into that conversation at all. But I don't think you should be allowed to drive to a strip mall and have someone that didn't finish medical school prescribe the craziest medication on earth to you. So I went to the PA, the guy looks at me and goes, hey, man, you're pretty sick. I want to prescribe codeine. Who here has ever messed around with codeine? That's way too many people to clap for that. Also, if you haven't, let me leave you a secret. Codeine is not as fun as rappers make it sound. I took exactly what was on the label. I took 3 tablespoons of codeine, and I was out of my mind. I was having hallucinations, I was sweating, and I was sure if I went to sleep, I was never going to wake up. So I do the only logical thing to do to keep myself awake till this codeine cycles out of my system, I'm going to watch all the Star Wars movies in succession. And even under those circumstances, whacked on Cody. Star Wars was just okay. You guys ready for the big show? Without further ado, please give it up for Mark Henely one more time.
Give it up for Angelo Gingerelli, everybody.